Good morning, students. So we are under the unit 3. So till now we have seen the interaction diagrams type. Okay, so today you're going to see the example of the collaboration diagram. So we saw the types of dynamic diagram. One we call it as a sequence diagram, another one is called as a collaboration diagram. So we saw an example for a sequence diagram, we had a practice how to draw the sequence diagram in a software called as a visual paradigm. Fine. So I took a simple example to demonstrate the concept of this sequence diagram. Fine. So and we see the concept of the collaboration diagram, why this collaboration diagram comes, and what and all elements are used to draw this collaboration diagram. We saw that in this last class. Fine. So today we will take an example. Fine. So we'll try to draw a collaboration diagram for that particular example. Fine. So before getting into the topic, we will see what is that collaboration. It's a quick recap of what is a collaboration actually. Fine. So I'll make a small comparison between this sequence and the collaboration. Fine. So what is a collaboration is nothing but we'll be having some set of objects, okay, and we'll be interacting with the object alone. That is called as a collaboration. So the relationship between the objects or a system, okay, so we'll be representing that in a form of a diagram is called as collaboration diagram. Fine. So this is how your collaboration diagram looks like. Fine. So you know well that we'll be specifying all the objects in a rectangle box. Fine. So inside this rectangle box you'll be having the object along with the type, that is what name along with the type. Fine. So it's an optional for me whether I have to mention the name or the type. Fine. So in this example we have some 4 objects which is having only the type of it. I'm not specifying the name of my objects, so I gave it as colon, and you can see in each and every object name, object type, this first letter will be the capital letter word, like elevator. E is cabin. C. Okay, this specifies the class name actually. That is what I given it as a capital letter. Fine. So and then we have a line, that is what we call as a link in our collaboration diagram. This line is used to create a relationship between these 2 objects. Okay. Then I'm trying to pass a message between the objects. For that I'm using an arrow for it. Fine. And we saw like many types of messages, like synchronized message, asynchronous message, flow control, and all those things. Okay. So we have a set of message rules for sequence diagrams and for the collaboration diagram. Fine. And very important thing here, we will be having a term called as a sequence number or a message number. You can see in this example I'm giving like a 1, 2, 3, and this is called as a sequence number, which is an optional part inside our sequence diagram. Okay. A small representation how our sequence diagram looks like. Okay, here we have an object and we have a lifeline. Fine. So we have a vertical axis and a horizontal axis. So this horizontal axis will be the lifeline of my object. Fine. And the vertical axis will be the flow of messages. Fine. Here the sequence number 1, 2, 3, 4 is going to be an optional one. Okay, without the sequence number itself we have to understand the flow of our messages by using this vertical axis. Fine. And again we have different types of messages here, like a dark line with an normal, a bold arrow, and a dashed line with an arrow. These are, we saw this in our sequence diagram itself. Okay. And we have a term called as this activation box. Fine. So that blue line in the lifeline is called as an activation box. Okay, how long this object exists. Okay, so that is what this is called as your sequence diagram. Fine. And now the same format, but how our collaboration looks like this. Fine. So we have 3 objects. Again we have 3 participants, participant 1, 2, 3, and I'm writing here like object 1, 2, 3, and we made a message passing between these objects. Fine. I hope it's clear for you. So the main difference between this sequence and the collaboration is in a collaboration, what happens is we won't we will specify the sequence number there, but in sequence diagram we won't specify the sequence number. It's not much important to specify the sequence number in the sequence diagram, like 1 dot message. We can just give it a message itself. No need of using this sequence number. Fine. And This is the main importance between this sequence and the collaboration diagram. Okay, so we'll get inside the example now. So I'm going to speak about the example called as online bookstore. Okay, so we're going to purchase a book through online. Okay, for this we are going to draw a sequence diagram. Fine, so I have drawn a diagram like this. Now we will see the steps to draw it. Fine, this is what the example I have taken here. I will explain you one by one what is happening. We will draw it better. Fine, so I'm going to use this is what the visual paradigm. I have used a community edition. It's not an online edition. Okay, it's a community edition I have downloaded. Fine, so just get inside the diagram. Fine, yeah, we'll have a break now. Is it clear till now? Can you give me an okay message? Can I proceed with this software? Is the concept is clear for you? What is collaboration diagram and how to draw a collaboration? We are going to see now. Yes, ma'am. Okay. Because in online visual paradigm, I couldn't find this collaboration diagram to draw. That's why I downloaded this community edition for drawing this collaboration diagram. Yes, okay. Fine, then I'll continue with this. So I'm just going to click on diagrams. Inside this diagrams, I'm going to have a tab called as new. I'm just clicking on it. Okay, you can see here I'm having a thing called as communication diagram. So we know that collaboration diagram and communication diagram are both the same. You can also call collaboration diagram as communication diagram. So click on communication diagram and go for next. Okay, then I'm going to create a blank sheet to draw the diagram. So I'm just clicking on the blank and give the next. Okay, here I'm going to give a name. Fine, so what I want to give name like anything online book. Okay, you can see here SG online book. Okay, because this belongs to an interaction diagram, this particular things comes on. We saw this by learning our interaction diagram like SG, REF. Okay, so this is what our interaction. Inside this we are going to draw the collaboration diagram. Fine, so we choose this collaboration diagram. Now we are going to draw the concept of purchasing a book on online. Fine, so we'll make very simple. Fine, so fine, first one I'm going to have an actor here. So we can also have an actor in both our sequence diagram as well as in our collaboration diagram. Fine, so just click on it. Fine, so I'm going to give the actor name like customer who is going to purchase the book. Fine, so next I need to provide a link. Okay, for this what I will do, if you click on this user itself, in the actor itself, there is a icon like this. Just click on it. You can see I'm just creating a link like this. Okay, so I need a normal one because this link is going to an object. Okay, so I'm going to put the first one. Fine, so we call this as a lifeline. So now I'm going to rename this. Fine, so I'll give it as it's all your creativity. Fine, to my point of view, I'm just drawing an collaboration diagram for online shopping. Okay, so we have some set of rules while drawing the collaboration diagram. We have to make the object, a very important object, as a center point. That is what I'm going to do now. So the important thing is going to be the online shopping. Okay, online book shopping. Let me get this book shopping or online book shop. Fine, so this is what the object for me. You can see here I'm just specifying the type of it. Okay, it's our wish to specify the type along with the name. Here I'm specifying only the type, so I have used a colon along with an capital letter. Fine, so now I need to create a link between this customer and the online bookshop. Fine, so now I need to pass a message. Fine, for that what I will do is, already you can see a message has been here, like while creating the link, automatically a message has been created like one dot. So what I will do is, I'll give a name for my message. Okay, so the message, first one, what I will do, I'll try to find the book which I need. Okay, so I'm going to just use a method called as find book of. Fine. Fine. So now we can have a sequence number like 1. Fine. So I can able to change my sequence number also here. Fine. So because this customer will be keep on doing this particular method, because he will be keep on searching for books. It's not only one message passing. It can happen multiple times. So what I will do is I'll just right click on this. I'll have a term called as recorder messages. I'll just click on it. Fine. Here you can see I can give the specification for my sequence number. I will put it as 1 star. Okay, the star represents is going to be iteration. It can happen multiple times. Fine. Then give it apply and close it. You can see that it has been changed here. Okay, so customer will be keep on doing this process. Okay, so I made it as a star. Fine. I'll just pull this arrow a little bit. 1 second. Yeah, now we can see a link along with a message. Fine. And now I'm trying to create some other objects. Fine. So here we are representing a system in an object in a diagrammatic way. Fine. So internal work, what is happening, I'm creating a diagram for it. Fine. So next I'll again, what I will do, just click on it. So I need a line here. That's it. So I need to create, I'm creating one more object here. Fine. So I'll put here as inventory. Okay, once the customer is finding the book, okay, obviously there should be a database, so I have to search whether the book is there or not. Okay, so I'll call this object as inventory. Fine. You can see the sequence number is 1. Okay, I'll be changing the sequence number. So what I will do here actually, so it will be searching. So I'm going to use a method search off. So again, I'm trying to change because this I have to have a sequence. Okay, so I'm going to have a sequence number like 1.1. Yeah, fine. So a message is between the online bookshop and the inventory. Fine. So next again, I'm going to draw one more object. Okay, one more system from the online bookshop. Yeah. So now I'm going to give a name for it like here you can see I'm trying to give an can you guess what it is? What is this B and what is this book? So B is going to be the name and book is going to be the type of it. Okay, like this also I can able to write inside this object. Fine. So now I'm going to give a name for the message. Okay, so what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to view the book. So these are the methods. I'm trying to view the book. So I'm just giving, for since it's going to be method, I'm using this off symbol. Okay. Fine. Again, I will change this sequence number. I'll put it as 1.2. That's it. Fine. So now what I will do, I'll create one more object. Fine. So I'll call this object as shopping cart. I made a mistake. It should be capital S. Shopping. Fine. Fine. So when I'm going to create the link, automatically what happens? A message will be created here, default. Okay. So now I'll be changing it. So what I want to pass it. Okay. So in view book, I'll be searching for the interested books actually. That is what the concept there. Okay, so here I'll be getting the books which I need. So after getting it, what I will do, I'll just call this method add to cart. Fine. So again, I have to change my sequence number for easier. So I'll give it as, in some softwares automatically this number generates. Okay. You can see 1.3. Fine. So this is the first set of work. Okay, so finding, I have used so many message passing between the objects. Find the book, search the book, view the book, and after getting the book, just add to the cart. Fine. So next what I will do is, after it's over, I need to pay. Okay, so again I have to come from the customer. Fine. So it's like what to say, like a checkout. Okay, so a shopping cart checkout. Fine. So now what I will do, I need to add, I'm going to add a message for a single link. Okay, this is a plus point in your collaboration diagram. This is not inside your sequence diagram. In sequence, if you have only one link, one vertical axis, I can't able to pass so many messages. Only one message can be passed for a single vertical axis. But in collaboration diagram, one link carries one or more messages. Fine. So for that, what I will do, I'll just click on it. You can see it's two buttons are there. I'll just click on the first button. So what it means, so another message also I can able to send in same direction. Fine. So I'm giving a number called, I don't give a number, but I'm going to give some method called as to order. So now I'll give a message. Okay, only one link. I am passing two message. Okay, this particular message is going to be a synchronous message or asynchronous message. Okay, I hope it's a synchronous message. Okay, fine. Because it's same direction, we don't need to put another arrow itself. Okay, this software supports only to put only single arrow, because both this message is going to flow from the customer to the online bookshop. Fine. If I want to have a reverse one, I can use this downward button, which goes in a reverse one. Fine. So to order, what I have to go, I have to get the book. Okay, so again I'm going to create one more message for this here. Yeah, so the message will be message, not, it's a method, will be getting book. Okay, fine. I'm going to change the sequence number. So it was 1. So for my convenient, I'm going to change it as 2.1. Bye. So this is what the message. For this link, I'm having two messages. Fine. One will be adding to the cart and another will be the getting the book. Fine. So after getting the book, I'm creating, and now what happens actually, it will be a completely another process. Fine. So it's going into the bank sector. So what I will do, I'll create another object here. Click on this object where I want to give a link. Automatically this button will be created. Yeah. Fine. So now I'm going to create an object name called as order. Fine. So in each and every message, I can add so many conditions. For example, when I want to perform this order, when there is something inside this shopping cart, then only I'll go for this order. Okay. So while passing messages also, we can give some conditions along with my messages. Fine. So you can see once I'm creating a link, automatically this message has been created. This message tab has been created. Now I'll give it here. What I have to give it here is make order. So I'll give a numbering. Again, I'm going to change the numbering. The numbering as 2.2. Apply. That's it. Fine. So now what I have to do after the order has been done, we have to change something in the inventory. Okay, because the book sizes, book count will be changed. Okay, so again I have to make an updation under the inventory. So what I will do again, I have to pass a message from the online bookshop to the inventory. So I'll create a message here. Fine. So what I'm trying to do here is I'm going to update the inventory. So update inventory method. Okay. So now I have to give a sequence number. So again, go for recorder messages. So it's a continuation of the count 2. So I'll give it as 2.3. Giving an apply. That's it. So this particular link has two messages. One is 1.1 and another one is 2.3. Search and update inventory. Fine. So this is a very simple collaboration diagram. Fine. So we are not talking about the whole system, we're talking about the half of it. Okay, so we are considering the online bookshop. Okay, when a customer is going to order a book through online, what and all system will be getting inside. Okay, and inventory will come, the bookstore will be coming, the shopping cart, the bank, all those things will be collaborated within this objects. Okay, so we are trying to specify the strong relationship between the objects here. Fine. So that's it about the collaboration diagram. And one more thing we learned is we can able to what to say, convert a sequence diagram into a collaboration, and a collaboration diagram into a sequence diagram. That is also possible here. Okay, we'll try it, and you can see here we have plenty of message types like message, call message, send message, reply. We have plenty of messages here. Fine. So when you're working for a very bigger examples, we'll try to implement all these types of messages in our diagram. Fine. So we'll try to convert this collaboration diagram into a sequence diagram now. Fine. So can I get me an okay? Can you able to understand this? Can I proceed it? If you give a reply, I will just proceed for the next one. I will think that you understand this. Shwala, okay. Yeah, why you are giving this update inventory is, see, after this when I'm going to consider this sequence number order, after making the order, after the book has been purchased, obviously there should be something done with this inventory. Okay, inventory is nothing but we have some books inside this. Okay, so we have a count of it, how many will be going out, how many will be getting inside this book, inside this inventory. So once a book has been purchased, we have to make an updation for this inventory. A count of that particular book will be reduced. Okay, so I'm just making an update inventory here, because one book has been purchased from the inventory, from the database, from the warehouse, think like that. So I made a method called as update inventory. Change the inventory count now, because one book has been purchased. After make the order, I'm putting the sequence number as 2.3 and making a relationship between this online shop and the inventory now. Fine then. Yeah, shall I go for the next one? Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. Okay, fine. So we'll try to just convert this particular collaboration into a sequence diagram format. It's very simple. You can just right click on it. Okay, we have a line called as synchronize to sequence diagram. Okay, so I am going to just click on this. You can see automatically my collaboration has been converted into a sequence diagram. So we have a customer. Okay, you can see this activation box. Fine. So we have an online shop. So these are the objects what we mentioned in our collaboration diagram, and we have a lifeline for each and every objects. Okay, so the lifeline is mentioned in a horizontal way, and the flow of messages will be in a vertical way. Hope it's done here. Like find the book, search. Okay, so how you have given, how the link has been created in your collaboration, the same will be in your sequence. It won't be changed. Okay, you can see two links from the customer. That is what one and the two. So find the book and took order from the customer will be going to the other objects. Hope it's understandable. So here we are not what to say, we are not creating any written message at all. We are giving only a forward message. Okay, so no written message has been created for this particular collaboration diagram. Fine. So we can also convert the sequence diagram into a collaboration also the same way. Click on it, synchronize to communication diagram. Okay, communication or collaboration, both are same. Okay, so while converting, I'm getting a symbol called as M. I'm not sure what is that M. I'm just trying to get it. What is that M? Okay, so while converting, I'm just trying to get this. It's fine. Fine. That's all about today's class. Okay, I don't have any doubts. You can just ask me. If you want to work in if you want to work and see this communication diagram, don't use your online tool. Okay, I was using this visual paradigm online actually, but it doesn't support this communication diagram. It's very tough to get for me. So what I did, I just downloaded this community edition. Okay, then I can get the option called as communication diagram under this. Fine. So you can see we have so much of diagrams here. So what and all I want, I can just choose it, like use case, activity, sequence, collaboration, and deployment, package, and all this we'll be getting in this. Fine. So this particular tool is not a prescribed or a referenced one. You'll be using a software called as a rational rows for drawing all those stuffs. Fine. For easier thing, I'm just showing this. Well, so I think you'll be doing all this in your lab sessions by using this racial rows. Fine. So any doubts, students? Yes, I'll go for the PPT. You can see that is what I have done here. That is what I created here, the collaboration diagram. And then I convert this into a sequence diagram. Fine. So that's it. Next class we will see how with an example, with a very bigger example, because we are not including any conditions here in both our in sequence as well as in collaboration. We don't have any conditions. Okay, so condition in the sense we don't have any like if we are not using opt or alt. We are not using anything. Okay, it's a very simple message passing. Fine. So next class we will show how to use those conditions in our message passing also. We call it as a GOT. Okay. So when you're going to draw a sequence diagram along with the condition statements, this will also be reflected in your collaboration also. Fine. So that's it. Any doubts? Ma'am, can we number the message based on our wish in collaboration diagram? But it's not in our wish. It should be somewhat, what to say, that should be a sequence. Okay. But in this software, we have to mention it. Okay. But if you're going to have some other softwares, automatically the sequence number will be there. Okay, so we have to have that flow. I can't put this 2.3 as 1.4 because this 2.3 only comes after my 2.2. Okay, so based upon a little logic, we have to write the sequence number. Okay, when you're insisted to put the sequence number, you can put on our own also, but there should be a flow when you're going to have a look on this particular diagram. Okay, without logic, we should not write that sequence number. Fine, because in a sequence diagram that number is not needed because that arrow itself tells you which will come after which, but here it's not like that. It's somewhat like a star, okay, where that links goes. We can't able to understand without a sequence number. If there is a sequence, we can able to understand that. Okay, but it's a wish to do it, but based upon the logic and concept, put that sequence number. That is advisable. Any other doubts, students? If you don't have any doubts, you can just put a message in the chat. I'm getting only messages from the few students like Swati, Katri, Ujwala. What about others? Are you there? No doubt, ma'am. Okay, fine. Others? Clear, ma'am. Fine then. So that's all. Shiva, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm finished, ma'am. Recording stop, ma'am.
Okay, you can. Okay.
Yeah.